Hello everyone, welcome to this video Alteryx hands-on practice questions. For today's question, we have dynamic extraction of current month's accident data file from a directory, and then we will load it into the SQL Server table. Below the topics which we'll be covering, for in and out, we'll covering the directory browse and output data tool. For preparation, the select filter and formula. For developer, the dynamic input. The functions which we will be using is datetime format, datetime today, if else, contains, and datetime pass. Moving on to our data sources, for input we will be using the accident dataset CSV file. The link for this I'll give in the description box because it's from Cargill. This is how the file would look like. I've made a couple of changes. I have limited the data set rows to just 1500 because the data set is around 1 GB and the start and end time is of 2016. So I have just changed the year to 2023 for us to work on. Our output data will be SQL Server database. I'll give the link in the description box of how to install a SQL Server and set it up. And I'll give the link for the Alteryx connection to SSMS as well. Now let's move on to our workflow. The first thing which we will have to do is bring in our directory tool, where we will have to pass in or copy paste the name of the path where our files are present. Since it's a CSV file, in the file specification will mention CSV. Let me show you the directory. So this is the directory path which I have mentioned, and you see there are multiple files present for accidents, February and March. Our aim is to pick up the current month's file and then extract the data out of it. That's also for only for the month of latest month, which is March. So this is how the output for the directory tool would look like. It will have a full path. So you see we have three files, March, April, and a template file. Template file we'll be using later. That time we can discuss. The directory, the file name, creation time, access time, and many other parameters. Once this is loaded, we will use a text to column tool. If you notice, there are underscores in this. Okay, there are two underscores. So we'll just break down or split our name using these underscores. So the file name which is being passed from here, which is US Accident February 2023 CSV, I'm breaking them or splitting them into three columns, and the delimiter is specified as underscore. This will create three columns for file name 1, 2, and 3. One will have US, second will have accidents, and last will have our month along with the year and .csv. Next step is to check for the month and year. For that, we will use a formula tool. The first column which we have created is the month/year, in which we'll use the datetime format function. Will pass in the datetime today, which will give us today's date, and this datetime format takes multiple parameters. So capital B is for month, full month, okay, like MARCH, March. For concatenation, I'll use the plus operator, and then this for year I'll use the capital Y. So if you see the data preview, we'll get March 2023. Then next column is first file name. So we will check if the file name 1, and then we will concatenate it with an underscore plus file name 2 underscore is equal to US underscore accidents underscore. If this is equal to US accidents, then it's a current month file, else current month file is absent, and we'll end if. The other column which we'll create is the second file name. Here we'll use the contains function. So in file name 3, which is our file name, okay, the exact file name with the month and year, in this we will search for the month year which we have created. Okay, so in our file name we are searching for March 2023. So this will be our month. This is our first file name, okay, because all of them are present as we have the March file, and finally we have the second file name. So if you see for Feb file, this condition is false. For March file it is true, which is -1, and for template file also it is 0. Now we'll use a filter function in which we'll check whether the second file name is equal to -1 means it is correct, and the first file name is equal to current month file present. This will give us only one output, which is our March 2023 file. Now our first task is being done. We'll use a select here, select only the file name and the file full path. So we checked whether which file in our directory is of the latest month. Now we need to pick up that file. We can't use a normal input tool, because input tool if you're using, we'll have to specify a file name, maybe Jan, Feb, anything, and next time when we run it will not pick it up. So for that purpose we'll be using a dynamic input tool. To use a dynamic input tool, first we have to specify a template. So for creation of template, I have just copied the March file which I have, and I have removed all the columns except the first headers, which is the names, and first row, sorry. So this I have passed in as a template file. Then if you see, it's getting an input from the select which we have passed. So full name, full path and file name are being passed to it. Next, I'll select an action, change the entire file path, which I have mentioned is the entire file path of the template. And in that, I need to replace it with the full path which I am passing it from my input. Okay. So what it will do, it will first change the path name and then extract the contents of the file, which is, I told you, right, I have 1500 records in it. So it's displaying all the records of the file. My next task is, from that file which we have, we need to extract the data only for the month, current month, which is March, for the start time. We don't have to extract the other months, because according to our requirement, this file will be appended every time with the latest month. That's why we are extracting only the current month and ignoring the other months. In this, we have created a column called today month. So we will be using the datetime format which we have used previously also, datetime today, and small m will stand for the month number. If you say 03 will be displayed here for March. Then start month. For creating the start of the month, first of all, if you see a date start time, right, it's in the format of DDMMYYYY along with the hours and minutes. So this is not a standard format. We need to convert it. For that purpose, I am using the datetime parse. I'm passing the start time, and we will have to pass in what format we have to give. So it's small d, which is for our dd. Then I have given this hyphen m, then y, and finally h and m for hours and minutes. So this thing is going to pass our start time in the correct format, and again from that format we will extract the m, which is the month id. I hope this is clear. Next column is today of year, which will similar to the today of month which you have created, but instead of small m we'll pass capital Y, which will give us the year. For start year, same as we had the start month, but instead of small m we'll give capital Y. And the last one which we'll be creating is check. So if the start month is equal to the today month and the start year is equal to today year, then it's a current year and month, else no, and we'll end this. So a column gets created, which is today year, start year, check, and all. Next, we'll use a filter. For the checks, we'll select only the ones which is equal to the current month and year. I'm using a select tool to select only the ID, start time, start month, start year, and the check. And the final thing which I will be doing is I'll be inserting this into a database table. So I have created a test table. You can create any test table like this. So I have created a table test TB with ID, start time, start month, start year, and condition. Here I had a check. I have replaced it with condition because check is a keyword in SQL Server and it was not accepting it. How to set up this SSMS connection, I'll give the link in the description box. Here it's important to select the output options. For output options, I have given delete and append because in the requirement it is there that for each month the data will get refreshed in the table and we should have that in the latest month. Once I run this workflow, I can go ahead and check my test TB. It will give me 837 records. So if you see the start time is all of March. To check whether this concept is working, we can just try deleting the March file and again try running it. Now you see no file is being passed, okay? Because here there was no file for the latest month. If I try to run our test DB here, now you see it is empty. I hope this video was helpful. If so, please subscribe to the channel and thank you so much for watching.